Kota Nusantara, IKN. Mengudara setiap pukul 5 sampai dengan 24 waktu Indonesia Barat. RRI IKN 98,3 FM dan aplikasi RRI Digital.
Right, listener, welcome to our special edition for today. We have been visited by our special guest for today on the 2nd of May. 2024. We have Pak Agung, as Rina said earlier. Welcome, Pak Agung, and His Excellency European Ambassador to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Bapak Dennis. Welcome, Pak Dennis.
Terima kasih.
Right. So how are you? How's the trip so far from Jakarta to IKN?
Baik.
Wow, your Indonesian is fluent than me then.
Yes. No, it is very impressive to be here. As others said before me, seeing is believing. So we are very happy to come with more than 30 companies, European companies, who are keen to see how they can play a role in this. It's not only about investing, but it's about providing their skills, their expertise, their financing. And so as a group, it is kind of a group intelligence that is coming here and trying to have a better feel of how they can contribute to this great vision.
All right, we saw earlier downstairs that Pak Agung presented several of his presentation for IKN. What do you think about the presentation itself then?
I think that with Pak Agung energy, this city will be built in less than 1 year.
Amen to that.
But okay, all the workers don't have the same energy as Pak Agung. No, we are very impressed because it's not just a vision of a new administrative capital. It's a vision of a new Indonesia, one that I particularly appreciate because the emblem has the roots, and so you have the strong roots of the country, but that is projecting to the future. And I think that with such strong roots, the future is bright. There's a large market, there's a cohesive country, a proud country that is very united, that has massive economic resources, that is placed at the right geopolitical location. So the future is bright, but it's even better when you have a vision of a capital that can incarnate it, that can embody it.
All right. Well, basically, for speaking of investment, what sort of investment that are going to be aimed specifically toward IKN?
So we have what we call a kind of a global gateway approach, where the EU funds can support a country and its companies in providing a kind of package. So in this case, we have a country called it's Finland. And Finland is coming with a bunch of companies that can provide data center, smart poles, so smart monitoring of the city, reliable security center, data center. So they're coming with a kind of holistic approach on everything that is the digital structure of the city. So that's just one example, but it's the one that is the most advanced. And we would like to see if the EU can support other countries in grouping their companies and come with a very strong offer, combining the power of financing of the public sector with the private companies' edge and technology.
Right. Speaking of data center, have you visited our command center on second floor earlier?
Not yet. That's what we are doing on the go.
So that's the next agenda then. All right. So in terms of relocating all the government agencies from Jakarta to Indonesia, how about the European embassies in Jakarta? Will it be relocating as well to IKN, or has there been any dialogue with the Indonesian government to as well as relocate all the embassies?
Yes. So we have received a note of information from Kemlu, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and that has kick-started the discussion. In the case of the European Union and the member states' embassies, it's a bit more complex because we may be able to, for some who are interested, not for all, but to also kind of share location in the beginning and do a transition phase towards here, which means that coming early with a common group of embassies that would share some services and then move towards the full relocation of each individual embassy.
All right. I go to Pak Agung.
Yes.
Pak Agung, what sort of a presentation can you spill to our listener and to our viewer out there? What sort of a presentation toward the investment from European delegations here?
Certainly, I'm very happy today to be able to present to the delegates led by Ambassador Dennis Chaibi. Number one is because personally, Europe matters to me because I had my postgraduate education in
Germany.
European countries, in Germany, in Switzerland.
Yes.
I traveled around Europe in public transport and so on, living in cities which are becoming the strength of European countries, very livable and lovable cities. Yeah, and that is also the vision of Nusantara. So the presentation I made was based on the opportunities that the European countries can contribute toward making this. But secondly, also it's very valuable for me personally because finally a very big group, an integrated delegation of European companies from European countries can come, and those come from the countries where I studied, where I lived before, and I think this is the largest delegation that consists not just by one single country. So that's why I think the opportunities to create an integrated city, like what was mentioned, from the smart element, the digital element, the green element, the renewable, the connectivity on public transportation,
the accessibility,
even also on healthcare and sport. Yeah, those are areas that were presented and under discussion, and I believe Nusantara, with its vision to be a world-class city for all, will be able to attract and work together with the best technology, best standard, best solution from around the world, including from European countries.
Great. So without further ado, I mean, you guys have a tight schedule to fill in. Any ambassador, any message and hopes that you could convey, that you may convey to our listener and our viewer out there?
Well, it's happening. That's the feeling. It's happening, and
Amen
it's
to
happening,
that.
and it's happening in a big way.
Okay, that's it. All right, thank you so much, His Excellency, European Ambassador to Indonesia, His Excellency Dennis Chaibi, and also Pak Agung Wicaksono from IKN, Otorita Ibu Kota Nusantara. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time with us. We wish you all the best for the joint cooperation and investment toward IKN.
Thank you.
Terima
Thank
kasih.
you. Terima kasih. Okay, listener, that's our short dialogue with His Excellency Dennis Chaibi as the European Union Ambassador to Indonesia and Brunei, and also Pak Agung Wicaksono from the Otoritas Ibu Kota Nusantara. Stay right here. We are still at 98.3 FM megahertz, RRI IKN. We'll be right back with lots of information. Coming up, we are going back to Samarinda right after this one. Stay tuned.
Mengudara di Ibu Kota Nusantara IKN, Smart Sustainable Forest City. Inilah RRI IKN 98,3 FM dan aplikasi RRI Digital.